Mayor, members of council, thank you so much for this opportunity to be able to address you today. This marks the 1-year anniversary from the day that the lights went out in Houston, Texas, and throughout much of this state. In the energy capital of this planet, we were unable to power the lives of our fellow Texans. And I don't have to tell you, because you represent the people of this community, that more lives were lost in Houston, Texas, and surrounding Harris County than in any other part of the state. All told, across Texas, we lost the lives of more than 700 of our family members, our friends, and our neighbors. Millions lost electricity and power, and hundreds of thousands had their homes damaged, totaling tens of billions in insurance claims for the losses. The total damage to the state was over $200 billion just from that power outage. Now, that was not due to any act of God or the force of Mother Nature. It was those in positions of power, the highest positions in the state, who could not deliver the power to the people of Texas. But what was so remarkable to me on that day and the days that followed, much as this sign just behind me says, "The people are the city," the people of this city became the grid, became the light, became the warmth that their neighbors needed. People knocking on complete strangers' doors and asking them to come to their homes if they had warmth or heat, making sure that the elderly and those who had mobility challenges could get transportation to a warming center or a meal or just some water to sustain them and to keep them alive. It really represented the best of Texas. And no one in this community asked anyone else before they helped them what political party they belonged to, what religion they were a member of, how they loved, what country they came from, how many generations they're a Texan, or whether they just got here the week before. All that we cared about, all that the people of this community cared about, was how they could help one another out through that crisis. And ultimately, Mayor and members of council, that's how Texas, that's how the city of Houston came through. And in that same spirit, I hope that we can continue to come through right now, because the grid that knocked so many offline and took the lives of so many is still not fixed. We have yet to weatherize the gas supply, to connect ERCOT to the nation's grid so we can draw down power when we need it, and to make the changes that help instead of hurt ratepayers in this great state. I hope that in the same way that you serve, not as Republicans nor as Democrats, but as Houstonians trying to help the people of Houston, that we can come together regardless of party affiliation and make the right changes to this grid for our state so that we can always count on the lights being on in Texas. Last thing that I'll share with you, earlier today, I had a chance to meet with the family of Deborah Keel, 67 years old, substance abuse counselor here in Houston, helped untold number of people in this community get their lives back together and get on the right track. 2 days after the lights went out, after being anxious and afraid for days, she lost her life. I got the chance to meet with her family today.
Your time has expired.
They want to make sure that there is justice for her and others whom we lost. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for the time to address you today.
Thank you, sir.